Welcome back! What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. We're coming back with a little simple recipe, something quick but something I've never done before, like ever. I just was laying down and I really fancied a fish sandwich of some sort, but we're gonna make it Jamaican. So we're using some hardo bread, we're gonna fry that fish, we're gonna put some Escovitch on top in a little sauce. So let's make my fried fish sandwich Jamaican style. So this is 2 hake fish fillets, as my grandma would say hake, but it's hake. And I've cut them into 4, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a few extras, but basically you want to cut them so that they're like a medium sized piece. You don't want them too big. Then I won't use all of this salt, but it's just here to use whilst I'm cooking. I've got about half a teaspoon of Scotch bonnet pepper and some pimento seeds as well. I've got 2 teaspoons of fish seasoning, a 1/4 to 3/4 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of garlic, 1 teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning, and half a teaspoon of dried thyme. Now this is going to be for the seasoning flour. Then this is going to be just on the fish. So this is fish seasoning, black pepper and coarse black pepper. Then here for our Escovitch we have got onion cut into little rings, some julienne, what are they called, carrots and peppers. Obviously you can normally have more colours and stuff like that, but that's basically everything. I've just thought I've got no spring onion in there. Am I going to add some? I might add some spring onions to this as well. I did indeed add some spring onion because it's giving it a nice variety of colour. So this is for later, we don't need this now. But for now, what we do need, we've got some black pepper, some coarse black pepper and some fish seasoning. So I'm going to add practically all of it. You have like half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of coarse black pepper and 1 teaspoon of fish seasoning. So we're just going to pour all of that on there. And then just a little pinch of salt, not too much. And then I'm going to season this up. So literally I'm just going to rub this all over the pieces. You could add a little bit of lemon juice if you wanted, just so it's easy to get everywhere, but because I've just washed it, it's quite easy to get all over the pieces. And hake is quite a delicate fish, so just be careful because you know. So we're going to leave this to marinate for about 10-15 minutes while we make the Escovitch, and then we're going to get to frying this. And simple. So there you have it, that's your fish, lightly seasoned, not too much because obviously we're putting it in a seasoning flour. And I'm not going to dip this in any egg or anything because I just want nice flaky crispy fish. Yeah, so let's now get on to doing the flour. And then now we have here, we've got a 3/4 cup of plain flour and a 1/4 cup of corn flour. That's just going to help get it nice and crisp. So again, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, about a 1/4 teaspoon. So we're going to add all of that into there. And then just take a fork and mix this up like so. And then that is your seasoning flour. So I've got my pot here. I'm going to add about a tablespoon and a bit of oil. And then we are going to add in all of our veggies, our onions, our carrots, our spring onion, everything. But we're only going to fry this for 5-10 minutes max. You don't want it to be fully cooked because it still wants to have like a crunch to it. You would normally use white vinegar, but I don't have any. So we're going to have to use some malt vinegar in this, but you'll see how we make that. And then we're going to also add some chopped Scotch bonnet and some pimento seeds in there as well. So that oil is hot now, so I'm just going to add all of those in. I'm just going to saute these for a few minutes until they are slightly soft. Then once your onions and peppers look like this, it should take about 3 to 4 minutes. Add in the pimento seeds and the Scotch bonnet pepper. Saute that for a little bit. And these are almost ready, because again, you don't want them to be too soft. You still want them to have a slight crunch to them. Just add a little bit of malt vinegar. Normally, like I said, you would use white vinegar, but this is all I have, so we're going to work with this for now. But just a little bit to get it to this stage here. So I actually added a little touch of all-purpose seasoning, and this is what our Escovitch is looking like. So not fully cooked, still got a crunch, but nice and sauteed down. So we're just going to put this to the side and fry our fish. So now we're just going to take our pieces of fish and literally drop them into this. We're doing a light coating, so we're not going to dip it in egg or anything. We're literally just going to pack in all of this flour so that the seasoning can go right down into the fish. Make sure you just tap them all in fully, and then we're going to fry these in some hot oil. It should only take about 5 to 6 minutes to fry these, because fish doesn't take long to fry. And then our sandwich will be ready. Nice, simple, easy recipe. So now, as you can see, I've already put one piece in, but we're going to drop our fish in away from us so you don't burn yourself. And we're going to fry these pieces of fish for about 5 to 6 minutes. But don't crowd the pan, you might need to do it in batches. And there you go. Now I'm just giving them a flip halfway, and they are very crispy already, which is good. But these will be out in a sec, and then we're going to move on to our second batch. So these ones are ready now. Pick up this one first. They're only little pieces, but look at that. Nice and crispy. I'm just going to rest these on a plate and drain them off. And then we're going to drop in the other pieces. Get our bread sliced, because we're using fresh hardo bread. And then we'll be good to go. Nice and crispy. Look at that. Delicious. Okay, so I've lightly toasted some freshly sliced hardo bread, and then I thought, I've not made a sauce, but we ain't got time now because, you know, so we're gonna go in with some Blue Dragon sweet chili sauce. I'm just gonna flip these over, just a base so that it's not dry. So I'm going to add a bit more sauce. Just look at that, that nice fried fish. So I'm going to load it up. I think I'm actually going to put 4 pieces on there. I'm going to make it into a big sandwich. Like that. Let's take a look at it. That's what you want when you want a sandwich. And then some of this Escovitch on top. I'm going to remove the pimento though, just so that you don't get any big bites of pimento, but like that. Sweet chili sauce on there, because that wasn't a lot. And then put this on the top, and then whew, now that's what you call a fish sandwich. Look at that. I don't know how we're going to take a bite of this, but look at that. The fried fish, the Escovitch. Look at that. You know that looks good. We gotta give this a try. So let's go and give it a taste. Look at that, it turned out even better than I thought it would. So of course I'm gonna have to cut this in half because this is crazy, but just a look at that. Okay, I'm gonna cut this in half and then we'll come back. That's definitely gonna be the thumbnail for sure. So we've got the hard dough bread, a bit of sweet chili sauce, the fried fish, and then the Escovitch onions, peppers, and all that stuff on top, and more sauce. You take that bite. Just look at it. Yeah, you need to try this recipe. This is your sign, and make sure you're subscribed. Literally, it takes 2 seconds and you could get more recipes like this. Yeah, here it goes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Try this, you need to. Look at it. Pour that on there and take that bite. And make sure you're subscribed. Do that now. Drop a comment below if you like this video. Make sure you're following me on all my socials. Chanell A. Wallace on TikTok and Food with Chanell and everything else. See you in the next video.